Who is Arranachor de Fuego? As a boy, Diego Tobert was always obsessed with lucha libre wrestlers. The masks, the moves, the crowd cheering for their favorite wrestlers. All that made Diego want to grow up to be a wrestler, even coming up with his own name when he was but a boy. Arranachor de Fuego. Translated, that means fire starter. Working hard on his family's farm, Diego ate well and grew up strong, practicing and perfecting his moves for years. His family had always supported his dreams, so on the day that Diego was old enough to go to Mexico City, Diego's parents chipped in and gave him his very own lucha libre mask. Once Diego got to Mexico City, he quickly became the street's champion, dominating the lower independent matches of wrestling and even getting his own second nickname. He was now Arranachor de Fuego, and his second nickname was the Rising Phoenix. And after a while, Diego thought to himself that he was ready for the big leagues, the official leagues. But he soon learned that not all the fighting was in the ring in the big leagues, as when he was scheduled to be officiated for the big leagues, he was then approached by Caballeros de Sucars gang, translated the Sugar Skulls gang, who advised Diego to just go home, back to the farm, and don't make things hard for their gang, because this was the big leagues and he wasn't ready for it. But Diego didn't want to listen. But in that same moment, at his apartment, he heard a woman and her child screaming from the alley. So Diego wasted no time pushing the three men from the Sugar Skull gang out of his way, and he ran out to the alley to find them being attacked by two other gang members from the Sugar Skulls. Diego easily overpowered the two members, letting the woman and her child escape. But once the three men joined the fight, and it became a 5-on-1, that was a different story. They overpowered Diego with their weapons and left him broken. Diego, now paralyzed from the neck down, was sent back to his family, where he was begging them to remove his mask in shame. But Diego's father knew of something that could help his son. You see, a long time ago, on the farm, Diego's father was approached by a strange woman who was starving for food. Diego's father, being a generous man, gave her a good meal, and in return she revealed that she was a witch. And if Diego's father ever needed help with anything, she gave him a magic picture, where, if he ever needed help, he was to place the picture on his family's altar on November 2nd. That was the Day of the Dead, and she would come and aid him with anything he needed. So Diego's father did this on the Day of the Dead. He placed the picture on the altar, and the witch appeared in a puff of smoke. And Diego's father begged her to heal his son, and the witch, being a kind witch, was happy to help. So she performed a ritual on Diego, summoning and placing the healing fire into Diego's heart. As Diego's body caught fire, he didn't burn. The fire actually healed him, making him able to walk again. But it didn't just make him able to walk again. The fire also made him stronger than ever. He was strong enough to lift a bus over his head, leap over buildings, and was durable enough to take bullets to the chest with them barely even leaving a bump. But it didn't just make him strong. The fire also made it to where he could catch himself on fire, throw fireballs, and view his punches with fire, and he could even use the fire as the healing fire that it was used on him, so he could heal others with the fire. So when Diego was healed, he returned to Mexico City, and now he defends it from the Sugar Skull gangs and other evil. And Diego was no longer Arranachor de Fuego, the wrestler. He was Arranachor de Fuego, the hero.